everyone. Thank you so much for coming here today. And thank you for your interest in Toastmasters. Our point in coming here today is to show you what we do over at Fairweather Toastmasters up at the Department of Water Resources. We are looking to grow our club. We always love to see new members. Hopefully get you interested in the ideas that Toastmaster brings, the opportunities for speaking, the opportunities for self-improvement, improvement in self-confidence, things like that. So we're holding a meeting to show you how we do things and the different aspects of what you can take back with you. So I would at this time like to introduce our Toastmaster. We have a Toastmaster who conducts the meetings, and Mark Thompson is that person today. Well, come on up, Mark.
Good afternoon, Sacramento. How's everybody doing today?
Great.
We need more energy. How's everybody doing today?
Great.
Wonderful. I'm excited to be here today, and I want to thank all the people that made this event happen today. Pam, Tracy, Jennifer, Jag, and all. Let's give them a round of applause for making this happen. And as Jen mentioned, we're from Fairweather Toastmasters, just about a block away. And by a show of hands, how many have ever been to a Toastmaster meeting before? Okay, now, how many of you know what Toastmasters is about? What's your thought? What's your name and your thought?
My name is Daryl Good, a civil engineer with the Bureau of Reclamation. I've been with Mather Toastmasters for about 2 years. I have grown significantly in my capabilities of addressing people and getting up in front of people. And I don't say that lightly. I have been facilitating studies for the government for about 10 years. So getting up and being a public speaker is not something that's unusual to me. However, after joining Toastmasters for the last 2 years, I feel like my skills have still grown. That's what I'm trying to express to you.
100% right. Toastmasters is really about making us more effective. Everybody say effective.
Effective.
More effective communicators, and that's really what it's about. And every year and a half or 2 years, what we do is we do an open house, which is what you have, what we'll be doing today. And what it does, it gives the 3 areas that we try to improve on. One is speaking, that's obvious. The second is kind of an impromptu aspect of Toastmasters, where you, the audience, the ones eating, will have an opportunity to get up and speak. If you want to, you don't have to. And the last part of our Toastmaster meeting today will be an evaluation. And basically, we will be evaluating the speaker for today. And that's basically generally how it goes. Now, I'm noticing that the energy level just a little low here today, just a little bit. So what we're going to have to do is bring it up a little bit, just a notch. So I want everybody to repeat after me. I feel good.
I feel good.
I feel great.
I feel great.
I'm ready to learn more.
I'm ready to learn more.
So I can earn more.
So I can earn more.
Look at the person next to you and say, "You look good today." You look good today. Turn to the other one and say, "But I look better." That's what it's about. It's about having fun. And really today, Sacramento, it's about taking action. I want everybody to say, take action.
Take action.
Toastmasters is really key on taking actions. By a show of hands, how many of you have a driver's license? Oh, all of you have a driver's license. That is amazing. Now, I want you to think back to maybe when you were in high school. Did any of you have like a driver's ed class that you took, by show of hands? So you took a driver's ed course, right? Now, let me ask you this. After you took that driver's ed course, without getting into a car, did you go to the DMV and try to get your license the first day you're driving? Did you try to do that? No, you didn't do that. Now, I want you to go back to that same time. I want you to think about the first time you were behind the wheel of a car and in traffic. How did you feel? Nervous. What did you feel? Feel nervous? Like, somebody's behind me? You know, all those things come through our minds. Now today, I would imagine none of us are terrified of driving. But that's what it's about. It's about that repetition. And what the key in Toastmasters is for us to get up and take action and get behind the lectern. That's really what it's about. Now, members of Toastmasters do not answer this question. I want the guests to answer these questions. What's the difference between a good speaker and a great speaker?
Connecting with the audience.
1,000 speeches. That's the difference. and you get those speeches right here. That's really what it's about. So it's really about taking action, being on the stage, being behind the lectern. That is really what it's about when it comes to Toastmasters. So keep that in the back of your mind. Now we're going to go into our prepared speeches of the day. But before we get there, I'm going to introduce our timer of the day, the name, and then why we're doing it.
Okay, my name is Pam Bierce, and I'm with Fish and Wildlife Service here. The timer, it gives the speaker a time frame to talk in, because usually when you're doing a presentation or you're doing anything else that you might be doing, public speaking, you can't stand up there and ramble. So this is going to go ahead and give you parameters so that you learn to go ahead and get your points across and know how much time you're going to speak. Jag-Speech is going to be between 5 to 7 minutes long. So when he hits 5, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the green light. This is so he knows that he can go ahead and start pacing his speech. At 6 minutes, I'll turn on the yellow. Then we've got red is 7 minutes. And then at that point in time, he has 30 seconds to go ahead and wrap up his speech, and that way he'll be within the time frame that he said that he would be doing. There you go.
Introduce our first and only speaker of the day, I'd say our model speaker, good friend. His name is Jag-Nagendra, and his title is, Why Did You Fire Him? Let's give him a round of applause.
Now I feel like I'm behind the wheels. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters.
Good afternoon.
And future Toastmasters. I'm really excited to be here to talk about why did you fire him? With new technologies, carrying two forms. We're supposed to get better at communicating, and also, as Mark mentioned, be effective. Emails, text message has taken over making calls. September 2008, I took on a new job as an engineering manager of an engineering company. On my first day of the job, my CEO came from Los Angeles, and he said, Jack, I need your help. I'm like, this is my first day in the job, and he says, I need your help. I said, great, I'm here to help. His comment to me was, we're in trouble. We're losing money. I need your help to fix it. I was really excited because I like problems. I told the CEO and the president, yes, I will do it, but you got to be ready to accept my recommendation. I spent almost 3 weeks looking at the financials, looking at the business model, looking at the business plan for the last 3 years, and at the future forecasting for the last 5 years, future 5 years. And I came up with my recommendation. The company was set up to do a business or revenues of $150 million, and they staffed it 3 years ago, but the revenues were only at $60 million. There was a big gap. So my recommendation to the CEO was, boss, we have a layoff. He was shocked. What do you mean? Well, it's 2008. The economy is at the 10. We have set up this company to do $150 million. We're not even half. Why are we carrying this burden, and the investors are behind us? We came up with an idea and looked at the markets that are doing well, looked at the markets that are not doing so well, looked at the offices that used to be laid off, and so on. 4 weeks passed. The company went through the layoff. And one day, from nowhere, I got a text I don't know what that means. I couldn't figure out what should be my response. I'm reading this and thinking in my mind, this is my president asking, why did you fire him? So he's questioning me, why did I fire him? Did I pick the wrong person? I fired. If this person was an asset to the company that I didn't realize, this is going in my head. Then I thought, maybe he is asking me, why did you fire him? Oh, so at that point, I'm thinking, well, maybe my CEO, my president, didn't want me to be firing this person. What could it be? Does he really care about me so much that I shouldn't be the bad guy firing the people? Also, I looked at, and in my mind, I thought, maybe he's asking, why did you fire him? I'm processing these questions in my mind, and I don't know what the answer is. I don't know how to respond to this text message because I have more questions. I do not know the tone, I do not know the subject, I do not know the object, and what is this person asking. I took a 30 minutes walk. I went outside the building, I walked for 30 minutes, came back to my desk, picked up my phone, and I called. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're asking. So I had to call and talk to you. Even though the technology is great, I had to find out what do you mean by this message. We talked for a while, then I understood. So he was looking for the person. Why did I fire this person against this person? He was not questioning my rationale in the process. Bottom line is, fellow Toastmasters and guests, communication. Communication is all about what other person is hearing. It's not about what I am saying. Thank you.
Well, we've completed the first of 3 phases of our Toastmasters meeting, but I have a question for you. I want you to think of someone you've always wanted to meet. And tell me who that person is. Somebody you admire, someone you've always wanted to meet. I just need a name. Anybody?
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates. Okay, now imagine for a minute. You were in an elevator, and Bill Gates gets in, and you were in the elevator with Bill Gates. And you have about a minute before he gets off that elevator. Here is where we get the practice to start that conversation, because there's a reason that you admire Bill Gates. And I'm sure there's something that you have always wanted to ask him, but you don't have a lot of time. So the next phase of what we're going to do is what we call table topics. And it's very similar to like if you were on a job interview and they ask you questions off the cuff. And you have to be able to come off with effective, everybody say effective communication. That's really what it's about. So the next phase is table topics. I'm going to introduce our table topic master, Mr. Karl-Table. Let's give him a round of applause.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Really appreciate your coming out to this event. About 2 years ago, we had one here, and I came and didn't know much about Toastmasters and really learned a lot since then. And the table topics is really an exciting and great part of the meeting. And as Mark was saying, it gives us that practice in impromptu speaking or off-the-cuff speaking, so you never have to be at a loss for words. And it's one of the principles of Toastmasters that all of the members will speak at each meeting. And so this is one way we do it, because it's a relatively short, each person gets to speak for a short amount of time. And then that second reason, of course, is the practice, that concept that the difference between a good speaker and a great speaker is 1,000 speeches. So with that introduction, I'd like Pam to provide the timing constraints, and then I'll launch that topic. There's going to be 2 topics today that members and guests can speak to.
Okay, thank you. Table topics are normally 1 to 2 minutes. So when the speaker gets to 1 minute, I'll turn on the green. Yellow would be 1 minute and 30 seconds. Red is 2 minutes. And at that point in time, they have 30 seconds to complete their table topics.
So today for our guests, the topic is going to be take action or not. You give us an example of when you took action and what occurred, or maybe when you didn't take action and what the outcome was. And then for those members, what Toastmasters has meant to you or done for you, what you've learned in this club. Maybe it was something that enhanced your professional abilities, or maybe it helped you personally. And perhaps you want to share that with us today. So who's going to be our first volunteer?
Let me introduce myself again. My name is Daryl Good. I actually belong to Mather Toastmasters. I first came and checked out of Toastmasters because I was looking for something else for someone else. This gal was a Chinese national. She had been with my group for a while. She was looking for opportunities to break her language bond. I didn't feel like she had a language bond. We communicated well by English. She had a great grasp on the English language. The problem is our boss tends to love his idiosyncrasies, syncrasies, and other things. So when he came in one day and said, "There's my troublemaker," she was like, "Oh my God, what did I do? Why am I the troublemaker?" Well, she didn't understand that he was just being facetious. He was just being fun. He was just trying to be inclusive. And yet she was being excluded